I'm not going to. So quit asking.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Christian Ballard Sports Media. Oh, let me turn this phone off real quick. Gotta love the Lions, though. How about Wallace State, huh? Yeah, kind of the dead period in sports over there. Nothing really going on until the fall, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I really know. But welcome to the College Football Drop In Show. Instead of a call-in show, it's drop-in. Because I will drop the link, and you can come on in if you want to and give your takes on college football, and we can talk whatever you guys want to. But I had a couple different topics I wanted to discuss this afternoon. Hope everyone's having a great day, by the way. I love you guys. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out. Let's keep growing this channel. We're still working to get to 700 subscribers. So we got a long way to go, but we'll get there. I know it. I know it for sure. But wanted to talk today about a couple different things. Games I want to react to or go live for in 2022. There's a lot of different good ones, different games, a lot of good games this year. We can look at the schedule. I'm still going through Power 5, going to the ACC now, but a couple different games I want to look at for sure. You know, you got Penn State opening up on a Thursday night with Purdue. That could be huge, especially for those two teams right out the gate. Texas A&M and Bama is going to be good. I went live for it last year, of course, with all the drama this offseason. I think that's probably one of the games at the top of everybody's list that people would want to go live for or just sit down and watch, you know. But what is the criteria for how I'm going to decide what games to stream? Number one, I do want to hear from you the people, on what games I should try to go live for this season. But the criteria that I came up with that I think we could agree on to an extent, is it in-state teams going head-to-head? You know, Michigan State, even though that's a rivalry, let's say even if it wasn't, they're still in-state teams. In conference, is it 2 Power 5 teams? More importantly, though, if you want to go live for a really good game, does it have playoff implications? I think to start out for the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, a lot of the games I think you should look at and say, yeah, they do. I mean, even a game like Purdue and Penn State, but more so, you look at some games here, like what we'll have on Saturday, September 3rd, Labor Day weekend, Georgia, Oregon, Cincinnati, Arkansas. These are games that are going to shape the college football playoff race, especially for teams like Cincinnati. Does Cincinnati have to win out again to make it back to the college football playoff? And if that's the case, they need a win against Arkansas week 1. Same could be said for Arkansas. They don't have to win out, but let's say if they're a SEC dark horse and they want to build good resumes, I think a win over Cincinnati would definitely add to it. Oklahoma, UTEP. That's a game that I wouldn't go live for, but I keep an eye on just because the new head coach and Brent Venables could be pretty interesting. Utah at Florida. That's a 7 p.m. Eastern game. This is all in Central Time for myself, where I'm located in Alabama. Utah, Florida could be a really good game. That's a game to go live for. Alabama, Utah State. Here's the thing. I'm going to pick a different game other than the Alabama game because I think it's an automatic that for week 2, which does kind of break me a bit, because I don't want to do like multiple live streams on a Saturday. Like I don't want to do that for games. I want to just pick one and be done with it. Here's one, right? UCF hosts Louisville on a Friday night. But look, Alabama at Texas. That's a Big 12, big noon kickoff game. You got other good games in there, such as Missouri, Kansas State. That's Power 5. That's a game right there, and it's early on. That could be a 1-0 matchup. Undefeated teams. South Carolina, Arkansas could be very good. Southern Miss, shout out to Sippy Sports to the doggone top. Southern Miss Golden Eagles playing the Miami Hurricanes. Tennessee at Pitt. Historic teams like Marshall at Notre Dame could be very good. Washington State and Wisconsin at week 2. Like I'm not trying to, but I know I'm sounding like one of those homers, or not a homer, but like an analyst that's just a college football homer all the way around that will watch any game. I can hear Reese Davis on week 2 saying, all right, Washington State and Wisconsin, who you got here? Those are games that are early on are going to be huge. One big rivalry, though, going to Iowa City and Kinnick Stadium, Iowa State. There's a long way to go before the football season. Look, you got Florida, Kentucky. There's so many good games and rivalry games early on that could be streamable and watchable games that I could choose from here. Now, honestly, just being out of bias, I think I'm going to go live and go ahead and mark it down that I want to go live for Alabama, Texas. Week 1, I will not stream. I repeat, will not go live for Alabama, Utah State. Because number one, what I don't want to do is not that I don't want to do multiple games this season of the same team. I really don't have much problem with that. But again, I'll mention the criteria, right? Is it in-state teams going head-to-head? Is it in conference play or 2 Power 5 teams? Or does it have playoff implications, right? Also, by the way, bring your college football takes and questions. Here's what I'll say. I want to mix it up. I don't want to just do Alabama this year. And I didn't even do that last year. Heck, I didn't even stream every single Saturday. I don't think. Did I? No, not games at least. Does it have to be the biggest of matchups? Well, for views, it would have to be. But I could even do like this Friday night game and then pick a game for Saturday, such as Alabama, Texas. Also, what I won't do, because I support my Crimson Tide, I will not stream a game when Alabama is playing unless it's the Alabama game. But, I'm not going to do Alabama Citadel or whoever. Who's our non-conference, cupcake games this year? Let me see. ULM. Okay. Or Austin P. Right? I'm not going to go live for those ones. But a 3 o'clock ULM game, if Alabama's playing them in week 3, I'll have to find a different time. Week 3. Let's look at week 3, by the way. Let's see. Florida State, Louisville on a Friday night. Louisville back-to-back Friday games. All right. Okay. So, see, and the noon games, And again, I remind you, this is all in Central Time. So what you see at 11 a.m. is really at 12 Eastern. Georgia, South Carolina, or Purdue, Syracuse. Those games will be over before the second game lineups, you know. Oh, this will kill me. Penn State, Auburn. Oh, that's it. That's the 3:30 CBS game. Alabama's on at 4 Eastern. I think it'd still be worth it to go live for Penn State, Auburn. I'll just have to have two screens up and keep an eye on the Alabama game, of course. Or I'll tell you what I do is you watch both of those games. What about Miami, Texas A&M? Would you watch that? Or Louisiana Tech and Clemson? These are those games that are going to decide the college football playoff race. Miami, Texas A&M, I keep forgetting that's even on the schedule. Circle that on your calendars. Right? Those are two teams that people are high on for the playoff, or at least to, try to make a good run. Give me 1 second. I'm going to send a text out. Hold on. Where was I? Oh, yes. So these games. Miami, Texas A&M, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Well, the Alabama game, I mentioned I'm a diehard Alabama fan. You guys know this. They play at 3. That game will be long over with before Texas A&M and Miami. Ohio State plays Toledo. We can go ahead and predict that. Texas Tech, NC State could be interesting. Akron and Tennessee, that could be something. Michigan State, Washington. The only thing I'll say about USF and Florida is that it's in-state, and USF is a good school and has had some good success with their football team in recent years. I don't know if it's streamable. Clemson, La Tech, we mentioned that. Really, the only one I see on this schedule is probably going to be Miami and Texas A&M. So that's a must-stream type of game there. 5 o'clock, LSU, Mississippi State. And again, I mentioned this is all Central Time based on my location. Houston and Kansas State. That's basketball right there, Houston and Kansas State. Let me drop the link, by the way, if anyone does want to come in here. Let's keep looking. Hey, I got a little while. Let's see. Week 3. Let's go to week 4. There's certain weeks, games. Alabama's week 4 matchup is Vanderbilt. I'll be 2 weeks removed from doing Texas and Alabama, if that is the game I get a chance to do. Thursday night, West Virginia, Virginia Tech. ACC Showdown, Syracuse, Virginia. Auburn, Missouri, that could be good. Tennessee and Florida. Does General Valtard on Uncle Lou come back? Baylor, Iowa State. These are some games that are going to make or break some teams' college football seasons. Notre Dame, North Carolina. Ohio State, Wisconsin. Cincinnati, Indiana. Let's see. Georgia, Kent State. Nobody really that's not streamable to me. Georgia's going to win that game 61-10. You know what I'm saying? Same with LSU, New Mexico. But a game like Maryland, Michigan could be interesting early on in the season. You keep going. Let's go to week 5. Let's see what they got here. We could go through every week. Utah State, BYU. That could be a good Thursday night game. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. Washington, UCLA. Saturday, October 1st. LSU, Auburn. Oregon and Stanford's always good. Michigan at Iowa. That's probably the game right there. Cade McNamara comes back. I think Hassan Haskins comes back too. I don't know. Wake Forest and Florida State. Could it be? I don't know. Purdue, Minnesota. There's not a whole lot of choices on this. I mean, the choices are like Texas A&M, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Ole Miss. You pick, and I mentioned in-conference games. Like I said, I don't want to do all Alabama games, and I want to hear from the people too. I want to react to like LSU and Auburn. I think I did the Alabama-Arkansas game this past season, if I'm not mistaken. Or I tried to. Week 6, A&M at Alabama. I did it I know I went live for it last year. That's a game right there, but that's also the same day as like the Deep South's oldest rivalry. As long as I think that's one to do. Auburn, Georgia. There's so many. And this is none of this is official. Oh, look, you got the Red River Showdown, Texas, Oklahoma. Clemson, Boston College, North Carolina, Miami, Arkansas State, and James Madison. Just kidding. I'm not going to lie for that. I mean, I'll watch it because I'll watch any football game. I just love the competition of football. But, you know, Notre Dame, BYU, that could be something. Maybe. Again, I dropped the StreamYard link. Anyone wants to come on at any time, you're welcome to. Give your thoughts on college football. I need to find ways to hype this one up more. Toledo, Northern Illinois, no. BYU, Notre Dame, I don't know about streaming it, but BYU can have some killer teams. And playing a team like Notre Dame like that, where's that game? Las Vegas? $226 for tickets? Oh, heck yeah. Y'all better get your money's worth. That better be a good game. Notre Dame and BYU fans paying $226 to go to that? That better be good. Week 7. Let's see. You got South Carolina, Kentucky, too. Those are good games, but, like, I don't know if I'd go live for South Carolina, Kentucky, or Tennessee, LSU. Wednesday, October 12th. I mean, I'll be at church, but that'd be a game to keep an eye on. Louisiana and Marshall. I love Marshall, so I kind of started following the program and everything. USC and Utah. That's the third Saturday game. That's third Saturday. Look, Tennessee, Alabama. Yeah, they better hurry up with those times so I can make a decision. Arkansas, BYU. LSU, Florida. That's a good one. Auburn, Ole Miss. Iowa State and Texas could be something. And again, it's too early to call and tell. But these are Power 5 in conference matchups that people are going to want to watch. People are going to want to see. Pull this a little closer. Will Anderson was on the Feinbaum Show this afternoon. Look at that. Colgate and Army. I salute the troops. Thank you to all the servicemen and women out there. But I will not go live for Colgate and Army. I'll go live for like the Army-Navy game, and that's about it as far as like those go, unless Army's playing a team like they did. Didn't they play Tennessee last year, I think? Maybe I'm wrong. Stanford, Notre Dame could be good. And again, it's too early to tell. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing on these days, so I got to work around my own schedule. But just to get an idea of what I could be looking at and what we could watch this year as a community and have fun, talk about some games. Virginia, Georgia Tech, two of the worst teams in the ACC. At some point, like I could do a weekend where I pick two of the worst teams and have a little fun. You know what I mean? Mississippi State, Alabama, Ole Miss at LSU, Syracuse at Clemson. Syracuse has scared Clemson a bit. Duke and Miami. Purdue, Wisconsin. That could be something. It depends on how it looks this year. I'm high on Purdue and Coach Braun. Minnesota at Penn State at 6:30 Central. Penn State, I think, lost in 2019 to Minnesota, or 2018, whenever it was. That could be tough. I mean, Minnesota's got some good teams, and I like PJ Fleck. Oh, you guys can't see this. Hold on. Let me zoom in here. I apologize. Cincinnati, SMU could be something. Louisville and Pitt, Clemson, Syracuse, Texas and South Carolina. And again, as the season goes on, you get a feel of what games are going to be worth watching and streaming and going live for to get an audience. Because you'll have records, teams above or below 500, outlooks, lines will be out for these games. Like, just to get a feel for these games right now. Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Auburn, East Carolina, BYU could be good. Notre Dame at Syracuse, Ohio State at Penn State. I think I picked Penn State with an upset there in my previews. And maybe I didn't. I know I said I expected it to be a good close game, but that's one I would like to do. Is this Alabama's bye week? If this is Alabama's bye, I don't see them on here. This is their bye week. It'd be right after Tennessee. Perfect. As long as they play their cards right, I don't have to worry about interfering with Alabama. But I could go live for Ohio State, Penn State. That'd be something. Week 10, here we go. Get to November. Give me 1 second. Oh. Putting my phone on the charger. Week 10. Coastal and App State. If Coastal's good again, and App State's had some good teams. Tennessee at Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Mississippi State. Florida A&M. That's a game right there. Iowa at Purdue. There's your Big Ten. Florida State, Miami. I need to get some good rivalry games going this year on the channel. There's a lot of different games to watch out for. Clemson, Notre Dame. That I'm sold. I'm sold. Clemson at Notre Dame. Right here, 6:30. Or 7:30, whatever, on NBC. $202 for those tickets. That'll be packed. Week 11. Now we're getting close to rivalry weekend. Alabama should be playing like New Mexico State or whoever this week. Oh, Ole Miss. Why aren't they? That's a little weird that they're playing Ole Miss in November. Texas A&M at Auburn, South Carolina, Florida, LSU, Arkansas, Tennessee, Missouri, Georgia, Mississippi State, Washington, and Oregon. Let's see. Louisville at Clemson, Pitt, Virginia. That'll be devastating. I like Pitt this year. I think, I don't know. Anything could happen really in the what's up, Jeff? Roll Tide, man. It's good to see you. Anything could happen in the ACC with those teams. But this is just to get a feel. I mean, again, we'll play it by year because you can't predict all these games like at this moment. But like week 12, I know for a fact at some point I have to go live for the Iron Bowl. So that's a given right there. I was live for the Ohio State, Michigan, because Nate came on and he was freaking out. This is Saturday, November 19th. Utah and Oregon, Penn State, Rutgers, who cares? Miami and Clemson. That's the game right there. That could be one to circle. Mario Cristobal versus Dabo Swinney. Hell yeah. UAB, LSU. BYU and Dixie State. No, that's a no. Week 13. This is it right here. Rivalry weekend. You know the matchups. Mississippi State and Ole Miss on Thanksgiving. Probably won't go live for it, but I'll definitely watch it alongside the NFL games. Friday. Oh, Friday night, though. Florida State. That's not normally on a Friday night, I don't think. But there's your Friday night matchup on Black Friday. Then you have the Iron Bowl. You have clean old-fashioned hate with Georgia Tech. South Carolina, Clemson, and the Palmetto Bowl. I'm not even sure what they call Texas A&M, LSU, but it's always a good game. Notre Dame, USC, Miami and Pitt, Michigan State, Penn State. Rivalry weekend, the game, of course, here. A couple different games on CBS Sports Network, at least. And then after that, you got championship weekend, and then you have all the bowl games. So, but I want to hear from you guys as the season goes on, and we get to late August. Start letting me know what games you're excited for this year, and I think I'll try to do. I think what I'll do. Be real with you guys. I'll do polls on Twitter and Facebook. If I do polls and put a list of games that I want to react to on Twitter or whatever, and I'll let you guys vote. The one with the most votes, I'll probably stream. But I'm excited. I can't wait another second for college football, man. I know all of us. Like, I know we're not dealing with COVID too much anymore, and we don't have to worry about whether or not we'll have a season. But I know we'll have a season. I just want it to get here. I mean, I'm excited even for the week 0 games. I mentioned games like UAB and Alabama A&M. What about the week 0 matchups? I'd watch Wyoming, Illinois. just for some football. Vanderbilt in Hawaii, just to see if Vanderbilt's going to win week 1. Thursday, September 1st, you got to watch West Virginia Pitt, Ball State, and Tennessee. You got to watch these games, man. Got to. This is the College Football Drop-In Show with Christian Ballard of Ballard Sports Media. I have dropped the link. I see Jeff in the comments. Nobody else really. Anyone's welcome on. Oh, Raj is live. Goose Sports is live. I get it. I went live at the wrong time. But, yeah, anyway. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
Northwestern Nebraska on opening kickoff on opening day on August 27th at 11:30 a.m. Central kickoff. Could be good. And then a big question becomes, depending on who we get, what conference weekend championships do you go live for? Do you go for the SEC? Do you go for the ACC? Again, that's the stuff that is going to all depend on. And then all the bowl games. You know, we hit bowl season. We get bowl mania. We get crazy. We get all those matchups. Yeah. I'm excited for college football. So, and again, the criteria I mentioned, in-state teams going head-to-head, in conference, is it 2 Power 5 teams? Are there playoff implications? You know, there's a lot. So, but yeah, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to get out of here. I'm going to go hang with Jesse J, my boy Raj, and everybody, and go say hey to them and all that. But if you watch this back, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're on the road to 700 subscribers. And future sportscaster in the making here at Ballard Sports Media. I know I got a long way to go, but I know God's got a great plan ahead of me. And I'm excited to see what he has. But I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. Love y'all. Peace out. And roll tide.